Today I'm talking about the BLICK Illustrator markers. Hi, welcome back. I'm Jimmy in Georgia. These were on a fantastic sale for Black Friday, which is how they were acquired for me. Currently, you can see the BLICK art material site here. At the time of recording, there were two sets listed, a 12-pack and a 24-pack. However, it did say limited time offer, basically, so I'm not sure if they were referring to the pricing or the actual product. Either way, the price was $24.99 for 24 alcohol-based ink markers with the brush nib, which is what I think most of us are looking for if we're looking for good art markers. Here you see the brush nib, which is, like I said, very important. Here's the chisel nib, which is pretty common for most of these type of markers. And real quickly here, we're going to go through and I'll show you all the different colors that came in the set, kind of group them up in there, the blues and the reds and all those kinds of things. And it shows you the numbers and the colors are listed on the cap on either end, which is nice. Some markers that are of similar sort to these do not. So here we have a Copic sketch marker in comparison with the BLICK marker. You can see they're similar size. Copic marker is a different shape, is more oval, but they do have these similar nibs. And here we have 4 blue colors. We have 2 blue greens. We have 5 earth tone colors. There are 4 reds. There are 3 purples. 2 yellow greens, 2 yellows, and back where we started with the black and the orange or the yellow red. And here I'd make a quick color chart of each of the 24 colors just to kind of get an idea of what they look like on my marker paper. I have a Copic collection. It's growing. I think it's near 80 markers at the moment. And every time I get a new type of marker, I always want to check, first thing really, does this work with my Copics? And most of the time the answer is no. I've got a couple of other videos out that you can check out where the answer was yes. And this is another one of those cases. Go through a few different colors, just testing out with the Copic color of similar tone, and it worked great. My last marker review video was for the Sharpies with the brush tips, and those work great with the Copics, and so I wanted to test these BLICK Illustrator markers with the Sharpies, and that worked out. But of course, if I'm testing blending, I also need to test whether or not they work with one another. It's kind of a given at this point, but I feel like I should do my due diligence and show that as well. I got these markers the Tuesday after Black Friday, so it hasn't been too long ago as far as when this video will be posted. A little later on that day, I got some BLICK Studio brush markers, which are the kind of the upgraded versions of these as far as I can tell. And I haven't tested those out yet. As I saw those markers and I'm kind of just comparing them, I really had this kind of a revelation, but not really much of one. These BLICK Illustrator markers really remind me, now that I think about it, of the Copic Ciao markers. They're smaller, they're round, they have less colors, less expensive, but they work the same. They have the same type of inks in them and that sort of thing. I have quite a few of the Copic markers. I don't have any of the Copic Ciao markers. And so I pulled up Amazon here, and here's just a 24-pack. And on Amazon, at the time of recording, you see the price here. So this is literally about 3 times as much as these BLICK Illustrator markers. As I'm testing these markers, doing my review, I've got to draw something, got to test them out. So here, I've sketched out Mario real quickly, and I go in with the BLICK Illustrator markers and start coloring, start doing some shading. And one thing that happens here, I put down a color somewhere I didn't mean to. As Bob Ross would say, there's no such thing as a mistake, only happy accidents. And so really what this kind of makes me feel like, after I went through and kind of blended around, to me it kind of looks like Princess Peach is giving Mario a kiss and he's got some lipstick on his lip there. And so it kind of gives us a little extra character that I wouldn't have put into that on purpose. I don't know, I kind of like it. And so I went ahead and I've waited about a week to post this video. I've gone through a few more sketches just to test the marker out a little further to make sure my first impressions kind of keep going, so to speak. So over the last few days, I've done a few more sketch cards. Here's Luigi, Princess Peach, and Toad, all from the Mario games. And I really like the way these markers look. They look great. I highly recommend them. I think they're fantastic value, and they're the closest thing I've come across thus far, like the Copic markers, for much cheaper. The only downside, again, as far as I'm aware, for the BLICK Illustrator marker would be they're not refillable. I'll definitely be using these a lot in conjunction with my Copic collection, and I look forward to, in the near future, breaking out the BLICK Studio markers with the brushes and testing those out as well. And I'm sure they're going to be very similar, different packaging, but pretty much the same product. So I'm pretty excited for those as well. So you can follow me on social media on Twitter and Instagram at Jimmy and Georgia to see more of my artwork. You can also subscribe to the channel by clicking right up here. Here's one of my recent videos that you might enjoy. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time.